receive the ball. Number 11 will be doing the kicking duties for the Western Reserve Raiders. That is Jermaine Richardson. He is, of course, the quarterback and younger brother of Roselle Richardson, now with the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Be taken by Wesson at the 10. Cuts to the center of the field, has an opening, all the way out to the 35-yard line before he's brought down by a host of Reserve Raiders.
That's exactly what the Falcons needed there. Chuck Wesson got a good return there. We're all the way out to the 35. And I also noticed that this is going to be a hard-hitting ball game. Reserve came down the field. They were playing tough, and the Falcons now have to respond accordingly on offense.
I think really the key to this ball game tonight will begin the Falcons control the line of scrimmage and in that control football. Derek Fletcher, the quarterback, two backs in the backfield. Give it to Marakovic straight up middle. He's about 3 or 4. Short game.
Well, already I think Dave Hart's going to set the tempo of the ball game. He's going to try to keep Falcons on the ground and establish those long drives that have been successful for us all year long. And right there was the beginning of that with Matt Marakovic right up the middle. So I think we'll try to maintain that all evening.
This is quite true. In a moment here, we'll try to get the offensive starting lineup for the Falcons. We have a 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line, our own 38-yard line. Connors in motion. The give is to Wesson. He's got an opening and breaks for up to the 47-yard line. That'll be good for a first down.
Right there, you might see the advantage of the Falcons' strength in the offensive line. We execute so well that right now it seems the Raiders may be outmatched by the offensive line in the seat of Chuck Wesson.
Look at the starting lineup now. At quarterback for the Falcons, number 9, Derek Fletcher, a senior. The halfback is number 32, Chuck Wesson, and number 34, Al Connors. Fullback 48, Marakovic. Connors in motion. Give to Marakovic. Breaks free across midfield and down to the 46-yard line reserve. The rest of the starting line for the Falcons at tight end, number 80, Don Hauser, a senior. The tackles, number 72, Trent Massola, and number 77, Ben Burton. Guard, number 63, Jeff Galino, and number 50, Jamie Fitzpatrick. The center, number 68, Tony DiRenzo Jr., and alternating at split end, number 22, Rob Toffel, and number 10, Jeff Scott. They'll be bringing the plays. Marakovic and Connor in the backfield. Gives to Connor around the right, left side, down to the 42. Looks like he has enough for the first down.
Once again, I have to repeat that the Falcons are setting tone of the ball game, starting to control the line of scrimmage so well. It's the kind of drive they want them. Now I have to come to my pet peeve all year long. It wouldn't be a football game, a rebroadcast on Channel 19. I didn't mention that the Falcons have been having trouble scoring when they get inside the 10-yard line, especially inside the 5-yard line. They were stopped last week by the West Virginia Brooms, and of course against Ursuline, we were stopped 4 times inside 5. We did come up with 3 field goals on the leg of Wilkins.
Fumble in the backfield. Fletcher get down. They'll lose about 4 on that play.
Well, that's going to illustrate right now the fact that Falcons can't make mental mistakes.
That's true.
That has plagued them all year long. Started from the Mooney game, and they did make some mental mistakes. And then even last week, we had penalties all through the first half. Overall, we had 9 penalties, 85 yards. And when you have 85-yard penalties, you can't really expect to do well.
Especially against a good team like this Reserve Raider team is. You give them those breaks, and they'll capitalize points.
That's key. When you're playing somebody good, you got to play lost ball.
Give is to Wesson. He doesn't have much running room at all. He'd be lucky if he got a yard on that. So the Reserve defense has tightened up after the Falcons' mistake.
Exactly. You know, that's interesting because last week against Buck, it was more than apparent that every time the Falcons had a good drive going, if they were making a mistake, we had a penalty or we had a sack or maybe a close to turnover like we had just there, we always had our drive stopped. Now facing 3rd and long, not a good position for the Falcons.
Definitely not. Falcons' ball control offense to get these long 3rd down situations isn't going to be good for them tonight. Marakovic the long back. Connor comes in motion. Fletcher will roll, looking to throw. He'll run. He's got an open field. Down to 36-yard line, 37. He'll be well short of the first down, and we'll see right now whether Coach Dave Hartman feels the Falcons are 4 down territory.
Again, Derek Fletcher's run has been impressive all year. And right there, he has done a good job. He's a tough runner. He put his head down and went after the defender, but he just too much ground to make up. Sometimes I think Derek's going to have to start throw the ball in long situations.
I think on 3rd 12, it's a little bit too long for him to get all that himself. He's need to find some receivers downfield. Falcons set a punt. Good kick. Be fielded by the Raiders. Number 10, Albie Bird. He's got an opening down the sideline. Finally knocked. It looked like he was knocked out of bounds down near the 20. But they're going to give him forward progress up near the 31-yard line, but it had looked like his foot touched out of bounds.
Luckily, the Falcons have some speed match that Birch's speed there because he's their big receiver, and he had the speed right there. A good return on his part. Finally, Campbell and Costa were able to bring him down.
Okay, now get to see Jermaine Richardson. And the defensive line that's on the field of the Falcons now. He knows 59 Mike Conley, the tackle 73 Richard Chuck, and 79 Don Polish. Outside backers 87 Sari and 42 Mahakovic. Give is a 22. He has some running room up to the 35. That would be Tony Anderson. Finally brought down by a number of Falcons. Down by 4-2 Mahakovic. The rest of the Falcon defense at safety, number 9 Derek Fletcher, corner 22 Rob Toffel, the halfback number 1 Tato Palick, who leads the SEC interceptions, and the strong safety number 29 Chuck Campbell.
Right now, the Raiders look pretty strong offense under Jermaine Richardson, and he was a starting quarterback last year. The sophomore seems like he's a leader on the field, and he's ready to take a Raider.
And that's a first down. He's got open field, across midfield. And it looks like 87 will finally give him knock on a bounce at the 35-yard line. Number 87, Matt Starry, brings him down.
Well, that was a nice hit by Matt Starry, but it was an after the fact because he picked up a lot of yards there. That was about a 35-yard pickup. And already the Raiders are disproving my belief that they put weak opposition because they're not willing to concede this ball game. They're teams that use tough teams because they're opening up against the Falcons.
There's controlling the line of scrimmage on both those plays. They had big holes open. 1st and 10 for the Reserve Raiders at the 35-yard line of the Falcons. Single back. We have wideouts both sides. Jermaine Richardson, the quarterback. Rolls to the right. He'll look to throw under pressure. He's got plenty of running room. Brought down by 87 Starry. And then a couple other Falcons down at the 23. But not before he has enough yardage for another first down. And we can already see the tempers are beginning to flare up there on the field. Neither of these schools like each other. And there's a lot of bad blood. You can remember back to the 1986 game that was shortened 33 seconds left to go due to a fight on the field.
Well, the Falcons had to wake on defense, but John Hawkovich had a chance to stop Richardson in the back. But the problem is, I was just going to mention that after that play, was that the defense is having trouble in the trench. The field conditions really bad, and they're not getting their footing.
Gives to 22. He's down in the backfield by number 40. Jeff Powers, inside linebacker.
Right there, that was a good call by defensive coordinator Jack Kenny. Jeff had to be on a stunt there, and he came in and made the play. So right now the Falcons can do a good job here of stopping the Raiders because they have 2nd and long, and the Raiders haven't had to go from that position yet.
Lost about 3 or 4 on that play, and that might be the big play that the Falcons need. At the beginning of the ball game, of course, there's a lot of nerves, a lot of things happening. Need to settle down and start playing defense. And the Falcons, of course, have been successful all year, and they know that they can stop this team. Sing back, wide out, left and right. Richardson looks to throw over the middle. Wide open is 88. That would be, well, of course, there we had our first fatality of the evening. We don't have an 88 on our reserve roster.
Good play there on coverage of number 80, Don Hauser. Did a good job as the inside linebacker Falcons. He is our leading tackler as well this year.
That'll bring up 3rd and about 6. Big play here.
You know, on the clock's wind down, it's already 5 minutes in the first quarter gone. So that shows you that both teams will keep it on the ground and keep moving as much as they can.
Pitted outside. The Falcons had strung out well, and they'll bring him down. Well short of the first down. He'll be lucky if he gets to the line of scrimmage. Brought down by 40. Jeff Powers again, and number 29, Chuck Campbell.
That was a perfect play. Chuck Campbell came up in the strong safety, and he made stop by doing his job. He took on the blocker. Jeff Powers came in, scraping his linebacking position, and made the play. They did a nice tandem there in that thought.
So now the Reserve Raiders are facing a 4th and 6, and Falcon defense is stiffened.
And I don't know how many problems the Raiders have had here in facing tough teams. The Falcons have played tough teams from Mooney to Macklin to even last week against Buck. They're used to these situations at 4th down, so I think they're ready to stop up Raiders.
Let's hope Falcons stiffen here. 2 backs, 22 goes in motion. Long count by Richardson. He'll drop straight back to throw. Has a lot of time. Now he'll run for it. And I believe he's got first down inside the 10-yard line. Brought down by 40, Jeff Powers again.
Also in for the Falcons, you had number 8, Don Hauser again, and also number 79, John Pullett. That was a tough break for the Falcons. It's quite obvious that Richardson is not only a passer, but he's a runner.
That's true.
There's no doubt he is an integral part of their offense, and right now his drive is mostly Richardson.
The Falcons had good coverage in the secondary because Richardson had a lot of time in the backfield, and then he just had to tuck down and run. But they have a first to goal at 9.
I don't think our defensive line is used to a quarterback with so much speed.
I think that's the case right here.
They're going to do a good job of containing him.
Give around the right side. He's got some running room down to about the 6. Brought down by 9. That would be Derek Fletcher. And number 79, John Polish.
Well, the Falcons now are faced with a goal line situation. They're going to have to bring in their extra down linemen, and they're going to have to try to stop the Raiders here. We're already down 3 minutes in this first period, and the Raiders have controlled it. I thought the Falcons did a good job on offense first, but they let them no mistake hurt them, and now the Raiders came around. They have the momentum.
Seems like all year, the Falcons, when they start driving, then a penalty for that would kill drive. And that's what happened. They were driving well, penalty, or not a penalty, a fumble in the backfield, and the drive halted. But Reserve had second goal at 6. 2 backs in the backfield behind Richardson. He'll look to throw. Throws across the middle, and touchdown. Number 10, Alfie Birch. And the Reserve Raiders are on the board, 6-0.
Well, the Falcons now are facing adversity. They've scored on. The Raiders have proved their stuff out there so far this evening on the first offense drive. Now the Falcons just have a tough ball game ahead of them.
We found out right away what kind of team facing here tonight.
You know, this is probably the best team the Raiders have had since their 1973 team, and they lost in the state playoffs, last AAA state playoffs, the Cardinal Mooney, and that was their big year, 73. But this team is 7-0, and they are proving that they should be 7-0.
The kick is up and is good. So the Reserve Raiders with 2:45 left here in the first period, leading the Falcons 7-0. But I think what's going to happen now, the Falcons showed some toughness on defense down there. Just a few big plays by the quarterback Richardson. If they can contain him the rest of the ball game, I think they can stop this offense.
Well, you know, they scored on a pass completion, and that is what has been the Falcons' problem all year, is defending against the pass. We are last in the Steel Valley. We're giving up over 85 yards per game passing, while we're only giving up 8 yards per game rushing. Overall, Fitch is 3rd total defense in the Steel Valley, but the fact is that we're giving up too much passing, and it has been our weakness, and of course, with Jermaine Richardson, it's the Raiders' strong point.
Against a quarterback like Richardson, we gave him entirely too much time in the back for the pass. On a couple of those plays, he had plenty of time to look over the entire field, check off on a couple receivers, and then he decided to take off and run. We need to get some pressure there. The coverage is fine. We just need to get some pressure.
Once again, I'd like to remind everybody that the Channel 19 rebroadcast is sponsored by the Robertson Photography and Mara Jewelers, and we thank both of them for their support of Austintown Community Television.
Here's the kick. It's a low line driver. It'll come down to Weston at 10-yard line again. He's got a wall in front of him, and he'll bring it up to about the 29-yard line. That's where the Falcons will start. That reserve drive, by the way, was 69 yards on 9 plays.
And that's thanks to Bucky Diltz, our statistician today, and it's one of the advantages we have because usually we don't have statisticians, but we're all here in Warren, and we like to tell everybody that we're lucky we're here in Warren. We just barely made it here.
That's right. We were driving down the road, and all of a sudden Kevin said, go left, and we went left, and here we were.
That shows you how prepared we were. The Falcons have to be excited out there right now on offense. They have to be able to regain momentum.
Falcons with a lot of switching here before the play. Fletcher finally gives the ball to Weston. He's going to be tackled right at about the line of scrimmage, 1 yard at most.
There it is on the momentum factor. The Raiders are excited. Their fans are excited, and their team is excited. And the Falcons down. You know, we really haven't had a problem being down, except against Massillon, where we were behind in the game, and hopefully our heroics against Massillon will repeat all through the night.
Let's hope so.
You know, and also, once again, about the second half scoring, we haven't done it second half scoring. And this is the first half. We have put points on the board now. We can't go against our tendencies and expect to get many points in the second half. We need them, but you got to watch those tendencies. They tell you a lot.
Fletcher will roll. As player running from up to 40, and Spine brought down at the 44 by 78. Lamont Murray, but fine gain by Derek Fletcher.
You know, that was a 13-yard pickup, and right now it's the battle of the quarterback, Richardson versus Fletcher, and they're going to be pretty well doling it out here tonight.
Let us hope that it doesn't come down to that, because I really think the Falcons right now need to take a long, sustained drive. There's only a minute 15 left in this first quarter. Drive down the field with a ball control offense, keep it on the ground, and score some points, and regain some of the momentum that we lost. Connors is in motion. The give is to the fullback, Marakovic, and he finds a tough go of it. Get about 3 up to 4-7.
Right now, the Raiders have solidified. They had some weaknesses on that open drive. They've overcome that. Their defense has begun to read what the Falcons' offense is doing. Offensively, the Falcons are leading the Steel Valley total offense. We're averaging over 269 yards per game. And coming from that is leader of rushing. We have 108 yards per game rushing, and also we have 61 yards passing. Hopefully, we won't have to rely on passing to keep those rushing statistics up this evening.
We have single back. Connors is in motion. The give again to the fullback, Marakovic. He finds a little bit of a hole. Fights down to about the 48-yard line of reserve, and that'll bring up the 3rd and 2. Here
we go. And on critical situations, the Falcons usually get in the 3rd down situations, and sometimes we don't overcome them, and that's where real mistakes start to hurt us.
This is an important play right here at the beginning of the game, because we see the clock winding down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. Falcons won't get another playoff. We won't have to move farther at the 48-yard line. I think right now, as we have a break between quarters, we should talk a little bit about field conditions out there. We checked the field before the game. It's quite wet, and right before we came on the air, it began to rain. The field in the center doesn't look to be in good shape. I think that could hurt the Falcons a little bit here because of all the intricate cuts that need to be made to the back.
We're certainly not used to weather conditions like this. We've played in pretty good weather all year, so this is going to be a surprise for the Falcons. Let's take a look now at the series between Falcons and the Raiders while we have a timeout. Last year, we beat the Raiders 11-0 at Falcon Stadium, and we were victorious. And also, as Dave Hartman's years as coach, we have beat the Raiders 6 of the last 7 times. The only time we did lose to the Raiders under Dave Hartman was in 1985 by a ledger of 13-12, and I had the notoriety of being on the team when we lost to the Raiders, the only time they coached Dave Hartman. And, of course, we had some trouble that year towards the end of the season.
We haven't seen a penalty yet in this game, which really surprises me in a game this magnitude. A lot of nerves at the beginning of the game, and sometimes people have a tendency to jump off sides. The Falcons now begin the second quarter with a 3rd and 2 at the 48-yard line of Western Reserve. 10 is in motion. Fletcher keeps the ball. He's going to turn it upfield, and he'll have the yardage for the first down.
Well, the battle of the quarterback continues here. You know, to realize how fast that the first quarter went, there's 12 minutes on the game clock. That's game time. But the actual time that was elapsed in real time was only 15 minutes. So that's surprising. Usually you find 20-minute actual time quarters, and now we have just a 15-minute one. That's just the fact that Raiders wanted a nice 69-yard drive.
It's time now for the Falcons to answer that. Again, we have 2 wingbacks. Marakovic is blown, set back behind Fletcher. Weston comes in motion. Fletcher rolling, looking to throw. He's going to turn it up and run. He's got good yardage down to the 40, so that'll bring up about a 2nd down and 4 or 5.
Well, Derek Fletcher isn't going to let Jermaine Richards steal the show tonight, and it is the battle of QBs. This is really surprising because they have touched the ball more than anyone else, and they have been the ball carriers, throwers, and just about all offense for both teams.
It doesn't seem like Fletcher takes much time to look down that field. He rolls out and puts that ball under and decides to run very quickly. It'll bring up a 2nd down, and we'll call it 5. Connerton Marakovic, the back behind Fletcher. Weston comes in motion. The give is to Marakovic. He finds opening around the right side.
Good run there by Matt Marakovic. Exactly what you want him to do. He hit a pile, he bounced off it, and he dragged somebody all the way across the first down marker. So the Falcons have started the mound drive, and when we get close to the goal line, once again, we'll have to see if we can punch it in. We have to tonight. There's just no other way about it. The magnitude of this game is incredible.
There's really no room for error against a team like this. Anytime you get the ball down inside their 20 or 10-yard line, you need to put some points on the board. Again, Marakovich is the lone setback. Wesson comes in motion. Fletcher will keep it, pitches it to Marakovich in that little option. No, that's Wesson. And he brings down near the 22-yard line.
So Dave Hartman's going to use a little variety here tonight. He's using the option. I'm sure his coaches have scouted out reserve in their tendencies. Maybe he saw that as a weakness. First time we run the option all year, and Derek Fletcher did a nice job. He did running option. You know, he is an all-around athlete, and his obvious strength is running. He may not be the greatest passer. He does a good job, but he controls the offense. He leads it, and he's a good runner. And he made a good decision there. He pitched Weston, and Weston just took for a big 8-yard pickup.
It really takes a good athlete to run that option play because you have to really wait until the last second before you get hit to pitch that ball out for it to be effective. And he did just that, pitching it out to Chuck Weston. Chuck Weston took it for about 9 yards. So the Falcons are in good second down position. This is the kind of positions they need to be in.
I'd like to remind everyone that since they are being underwritten by the Robertson Studio of Photography and Kamar Jewelers, please patronize these area businesses. They support Cable 19 and the football rebroadcast. So if you have photography needs, call Robertson Studio at 799-2015, and they'll set up a sensational send for you. Also, visit any of the 3 Kamar Jewelers locations. They have one in Strother, one on Boardman Bowen Road, and also one right around the corner from Austintown in Cornersburg.
Okay, here we go. Second down and 1. Again, Connerth is in motion. Fletcher looks to throw, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield by 7-4.
We lost 6 yards there, and that's it. The mental mistake, the breakdown, and always costs the Falcons. And we have to be able to recover. We haven't done a very good job of recovering from them this year, but this is the one we have to recover from. And already you can tell the excitement of this game's gone. Almost the whole stadium's filled. We do have some bad weather. The rain had kept away some, but I'm sure we have 8,000 to 9,000 here. And this is a fast-paced game. It's very exciting, and it's going to take the team with the most character to come through with victory.
That's right. Big third down play here. Weston is in motion. Give it to Marakovich, the fullback, and he'll have the yards for the first down to the 17-yard line. And that was an excellent play. We seem to be getting a lot of yardage out of that fullback. Marakovich just a really tough runner and refuses to be brought down.
Matt was the leading rusher last week, 95 yards against West Virginia, and this is exactly what I expected from Coach Hartman. We don't have the fighting ability on this turf to run a normal outside tailback play. We're going Marakovich up middle and relying on his running strength. Matt's doing a good job of getting us near the goal line.
First 10 Falcons at the 17-yard line. Weston in motion. Give on that counter to Al Connerth. He saw daylight for a while, but was finally brought down after gain of 2.
That was an excellent play call. We've been pounding the middle with the fullback, and we just did it on 2 successive plays. So they're going to have a tendency to follow Matt, and right there, Al slipped right around the outside, and he got a good yardage there, about 4. That's good enough for the Falcons. Also, Derek Fletcher did a nice job on the handoff. He did a nice fake. He held the ball in tight, and he had a Connerth. So if we can mix it up, and we can do well, that's what we usually do. We usually hit them with different plays, keep the ball in all kind of hands of all our players, and keep the offensive drive going.
Number 22 in motion. Fletcher will roll to the right, looks to throw. Throws it. Pass incomplete. It looked like he might have been out of bounds even had he held onto that ball. The receiver, number 22, that is Rob Tophill.
You know, I was saying Derek Fletcher's to throw the ball some more, but that was not the play to do it on.
Oh.
The Rob Tophill, number 22, was covered very well by the Raider defensive back, and Derek probably should have went for the run there. Probably broke for the open field.
Every time I see those passes out in the flat like that, I just have vision of a defensive back coming up, picking that off, and taking it the distance.
Ask Dave Phillips that, because remembering that 85 season, and though we did beat Massillon, he had a pass on that similar flat play, returned over 85 yards for a touchdown. So Falcons want to avoid that.
Marakovich, a single back. Fletcher rolls out again. Has some pressure, looks to throw. Intercepted. It goes through the hands of number 32, Weston. And number 10 might go the distance here. No one will catch him. Marakovich, the last man. Number 10, Alfie Birch, who scored on the touchdown before, returns it about 85 yards for the touchdown for Warren West Reserve. Quick, they're up 13-0.
I'm sorry, folks. I just had to recall 85. It was 85 yards. And now, right now, I should have knocked on wood after I said it. But, you know, Derek Fletcher, I was going to say, he was doing such a nice job. Set back, he looked for the open receiver. Weston was open, but it was too high for him. And God, Birch was in a good position. Then he returned it 85 yards. The Falcons couldn't ask for a worse situation. They'll probably be down by 14 points, and their second half is not a strong point.
We need to just heighten up here. This could be a big play. If Falcon could go ahead and stop him here, this could be a big play. So the defense needs to tighten up. And remember, there's a lot of time left in this game. Reserve will take a timeout now. And I really can't remember the last time I've seen a team go down 13-0 so quickly.
Probably 1985. No, we weren't that bad in 1985. 7:45 remaining. The Falcons have a chance to get the ball back here, get good position again, and probably mount a drop, but they have to put in before halftime. There's no question about it. In a game of this size, you can't go into the locker room with a 14-point deficit. It's just too devastating.
And we haven't been able to move the ball. Up till that play, we moved the ball successfully. I mean, it's just these small little mental errors. Pass too high, it goes through the hands of receiver Weston, and intercepted. Of course, the number 10 for reserve, Alfie Birch, right there, pick it off. And it looked like he was going to be down. But this reserve play has impressed me with their speed so far.
All the players who would probably one of the intercepted, it wasn't Birch. He had the speed. That's the last player you could have thought of who you really wanted to have intercepted by the Falcons. From the Falcons.
Kick is good, and reserve goes up 14-0 here with 7:45 left in the second quarter. But now is not the time for the Falcons to hold their head down because this ball game is far from over.
Big plays are make and break plays in the ballgame. Falcons have to have big plays of their own. And momentum now, momentum factor is just something you have to consider. We seem to regain our momentum after the first score on our long drive, but an 85-yard interception return can really break a team. And hopefully the Falcons will be able to maintain their mental strength here and able to recover. And once again, you have to look at the fact that character is going to be key here. Both teams have offensive and defensive strengths, and whoever really wants the most is going to win this game.
But now it's time for the Falcons to show off some of their speed they have in skill position. Number 32, Chuck Wesson, back deep to return this kick. And he had some openings and some kickoffs tonight, so let's hope that he can break one here long and get right back into this ball game.
That's it. We need that big play. You can't reiterate that enough. You just need big play.
The run up and kick. It'll go take Wesson into the end zone, but out of the end zone, and right there, it's another momentum builder for reserve.
Exactly. I was just going to say, we had good field position on the last two returns, and now the time we really needed, we got to start on the 20-yard line our own, and that means we have 8 yards to go. 7:35, still enough time, but the Falcons probably may have to open up the airway a little. Maybe get a quick score here. I don't know. It is early in the ball game, and I don't want to sound too pessimistic, but 14 points against a team like Reserve would be tough.
Let's look at some of the scores. Reserve defense this year has been very tough. As I scan down the sheet, it looks like they've only given up a total of 21 points through 7 ball games. So, of course, the Falcons are going to have a rough go against this defense.
Well, I was wondering about Reserve in the AP coaches poll, Associated Press. They're ranked 4th, and the Falcons are ranked 9th. And I was thinking, looking at Reserve opposition, that maybe it should have been that way. But Reserve is a tough team. There's no doubting it now. They've proven themselves to me. I'm sure they've proven a lot to the Falcons.
They certainly have. But that interception, again, it goes back to the mental errors. I don't want to keep harping on that tonight, but those are things that have to be avoided in a ball game like this. Against a good team, you have to be perfect on every play. You can't afford to do that. There's an old saying that I heard John Rourke say one day, and the Falcons held the ball for quite a long time. It was a large number of plays, and they had the ball for about 7 minutes on that drive. 12 plays, I'm told. And anytime you hold the ball for that long and you execute that well, an error is bound to happen.
Excellent point, Don. You're right. And, Falcons have been able to overcome their mental mistakes in other games. Maybe, like against Ursuline was playing lackluster, and they were able to get 9 points. That was enough for the victory. And Brooke was pretty well outmatched, and we just wore him down last week. So our mental mistakes really weren't that bad. The only time they really hurt was against Mooney. That was the other big team we played so far. So, you got to play perfect ball.
Dude, the team's just too tough. Wesson will come in motion that gives the fullback Rakovic. He has some running room. Brought down at about the 24-yard line. So he'll gain about 4 or 5.
The middle of the Falcons' offensive line, Molina, Fitzpatrick, Mascola, and Burton, and also Dorenzo, they're doing a good job. They're moving Raiders up the ball. Like I said, we made that mistake. We got to score that. We're supposed to score in that last drive. Hopefully they can keep going. Right now, it shows that they're not done the middle of our offensive line because they're still exploding off the ball. So the rest of our offense should be doing the same, and we can make a nice stand drive here.
Honors the motion. It gives to Wesson on the little counter, and he got some running room to the 30. It's going to be close, and I think he's got the first down.
Once again, we opened up a nice hole. Have a good job by the offensive line. Now we just have to maintain it. There's no way we can avoid, we have breaking down. We just got to avoid breaking down, and we're stressing it all night. But and about all we had to say, it's the case. There's no other way around it for the Falcons. Once again, I'd like to thank Kamar Joel and the Robertson Studio Photography for underwriting our Channel 19 rebroadcast. Also, if you have any comments, please send them to Channel 19 Austintown Fitch High School. And we are welcome to all your comments and also any donations because we are public sponsored and we can use the money.
Hauser will switch sides. Marakovic alone back. We have 2 back. Connor comes in motion once again. Give it to Marakovic. Plenty of ring room up to midfield. He breaks free and finally brought down to secondary right at the 49-yard line. And that might have been one of the big plays that we need to get back into this ballgame.
Matt Marakovic is alive tonight. I thought maybe should have cut back the inside when he cut to the outside there. I thought, damn, Matt, should have cut into the inside. But he proved me wrong because he's running overcame at least 2 or 3 tacklers. And now we're already near midfield again.
And, of course, it's drives like this that separate winning teams from losing teams. You need to be able to come back after a stunning interception return like that for a touchdown and take the ball down the field and show these Raiders that we're not giving up in this ballgame. Connor in motion once again. The give is to Wesson, and he finds a little bit of ring room down near the 47-yard line.
Another good ball control drive here. We're keeping it on the ground like Dave Hartman likes to, and we're all starting to mix it up with the people who carry the ball, and that's exactly what we want. We have our offensive footing. We just have to keep going.
One thing the Falcons certainly have proven, and they're doing successfully tonight, is keeping that ball moving, keeping that offense on the field. Of course, one time that Jermaine Richardson was on the field, he scored, but that has to be a plus going in halftime for Coach Dave Hartman is the fact that Falcons have been able to control line of scrimmage and control the time of possession in the ballgame. Fletcher will roll to the right, looks a throw, has a little bit of pressure, and he's going to be brought down right at 45 after about a gain of 2. Bringing him down was 36, Cedric Anderson.
Fortunately, that wasn't a loss for the Falcons because that was the mistake that might have hurt us. We're still back at the line of scrimmage. We have 3rd and about 5. So that isn't bad. Probably have to see Derek Fletcher on a rollout, but tonight he is hot, and there's no stopping Derek Fletcher. This is still the battle of the QBs. Speaking of interceptions, there did have that one. I think that's his first of the year, if I am correct. And also, Jermaine Richmond doesn't have any interceptions on the year. So we have two great quarterbacks out here tonight for high school football. And unfortunately, Derek's first interception couldn't have been worse.
No, couldn't have come worse time. Fletcher will roll again to the same side. He looks like he got room and drives down near the first down marker. I believe he got it. Falcon fan won a late hit on that, and I'm not so sure I don't agree with him.
Now, it's going to be where the market, but I think he has, so a good second effort there on the part of Derek Fletcher, and he has enough for the first down. So the Falcons are really doing a good job. Once again, you've got to note the play of the offensive line. Look at them down there. They're covered with mud. Once again, that's Mascola, Burton, Galino, and Pat, also Martin Dorenzo in there, and they're doing a heck of a job.
They really are. It reminds me of something John Madden like in this kind of football game out in the mud, the rain, the cold.
I can imagine John Madden actually playing in a game like this.
Rakovich gets the ball. He'll be down to about the 38-yard line. Gain of 2 or 3. I can imagine John Madden fitting in this little box.
Yeah, certainly our accommodations aren't too supreme up here. We like to thank, the Warren officials for allowing us to cover this game, but they have an aged stadium, and we are, myself, Dunn, and Buck cramped in here, and of course, the floorboards beneath us squeak a lot, and there is nothing beneath us but empty space.
But at least we have a roof over our heads, I guess we can say. Wesson comes in motion. The give will be Con, second man through, and he'll break down to the 35, and again it'll bring up a third and about 4 or 5 for the Falcons.
Now this will be a tough play for us. When we get close to the goal line, all defenses are going to tighten up, and we have a tendency to occasionally break down. Right now we have just over 3 minutes left, so we're going to have to start thinking about looking at the clock as well. We need to score. We have to go for it here. We need a touchdown. I don't think would be mentally enough for the Falcons.
I think we really need a touchdown because the way the field conditions are out there, and I can tell that the wind seems to be blowing across the field and against the direction Jeff Wilkins would kick it. Hauser switches sides, swing back to the right, double backfield, gives to Wesson around the right side, has plenty of running room, and down to the 28-yard line and a first down. Again, the offensive line on that right side, Mascola, Galino, Dorenzo, just blew the reserve Raiders off the ball.
You can't give many accolades to that line tonight. They have not stopped producing. They are floating off that line of scrimmage in air, moving Raiders. Also, now that we're getting the ball to a lot of different offensive players, the Raider defense can't see as much on our plays, and now they're starting to have to cover their field and play their positions and execute them well, and already they're showing the tendency not to execute them well.
First and 10 at the 28. Fletcher will roll again to this right side as time throws across the middle and completes it there. That would be number 32, Chuck Wesson, down to the 19-yard line. He'll be short of the first down, and that'll bring up second very short. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the first half.
I really would have liked seeing Chuck Wesson stay on his feet. He had some open room, and he would have got a good plan. He would have made a move into the end zone.
Reserve calling time up there. And I think that a key statistic that Buck just brought up to me now that really set the tone for the way the fucking offense has been playing is they are 4 for 5 on third down conversions. And he tells me that the only one that they did make was that interception, which turned out to be really costly. But again, you have to look at, we had a couple of third and longs. And Coach Dave Hartman has to be pleased with the way the offense has performed in those plays.
One of our trademarks throughout the season has been we didn't make mental mistakes on third long, just third down in general. We were able to complete them. It was incredible against Massillon. We must have ran 10 or 12 plays on every drive because we were faced with third down situations all the time, and we were able to overcome that. We overcame a 12-point deficit against Massillon, and I think we have the ability to overcome this 14-point win.
I think that the key is here we look at the clock now, 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here in the first half, and we've only seen that reserve offense once. We've only had the ball for one drive. And if this continues like this in the second half and the Falcons can again avoid those mental mistakes, I think that we're going to be in shape to win the ball game.
Speaking along those lines, statistically, we had the best game probably all year against Ursuline. We just had momentous drives, and we drove all the way down, but we didn't force points. And right now, that's the situation. We controlled the game statistically, but not on the scoreboard.
Fletcher rolls. He's got room to run. Down to the 15, and he'll have the first down. First and 10 for the Falcon at the 15. 1 minute 58 seconds left to go. The clock stops for them to move the chain. They're quite slow in moving the chain, which is the advantage of the Falcon. And Coach Dave Hartman quickly getting those plays in. We have plenty of time here to score, and of course, we can get a first down near the 5.
Exactly what I was going to say. We usually have first and goal on the 10, so that we can get first down on the 5-yard line is the big advantage for the Falcons.
Rakovich, the lone back. Connor Wesson comes in motion. Again, Fletcher will roll. Rolls, throws Connor. He's got it at the body 11, knocked out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Short game, but of course it stops the clock with a minute 36 to go.
So we're on the 10-yard line. This is the tried and true moment for the Falcons. It's a big test because I've been mentioning all night of the past few games how we haven't been productive inside the 10-yard line, and you can't just say anything, but tonight we have to be. There's no other choice for the Falcons.
We'll bring up a second down, about 6 or 7 to go. All on the 11-yard line. Wesson and Rakovich the back to get West around the right side once again. He's got a lot of run room. He's short of the 5-yard line, but I think he maybe closed that first down. I'm not sure if they had to get all the way to the 5 to get the first down.
They're going to probably measure, but look at the players so far tonight. I'm talking about character and how character is really going to matter in a big game like this. We'll have to have the character. All the spirit I've seen from Fletcher running, Rakovich's, Wesson's, and offensive line's powerful burst off the line of scrimmage has shown that they have the spirit to win, and they're not going to be stopped.
No, this is a key play here. 3rd and short. Gives to Wilson. Break free across the right side for the touchdown. Fitch Falcons now 6 points. Chuck Wesson once again around that right side, and again the Falcon offensive line just blew the reserve Raiders off the ball. He had a clear hold of the end zone.
Hopefully, the Falcons can maintain this into the second half. That's what they needed, but, I only could wish that we could rewind Saul and go back to that drive of the interception, because that's exactly what we were setting up for. A nice burst by one of the Falcons to the end zone. Unfortunately, the interception, led to the reserve touchdown, but we have a chance here to go in with only a 7-point deficit, so that is not a problem for the Falcons.
No, this has certainly got to be an uplifting moment going into the second half, to be able to drive the ball down the field 80 yards in 14 plays and score a touchdown with only 57 seconds left. Wilkins' kick is up, and it is no good.
Oh my, I was just going to say, Jeff Wilkins is 13 of 15, consecutive streak of 13 PATs this year, and that could not hurt more for the Falcons. He was going for the record of 16 consecutive PATs, and that's a tough break.
That is, and that of course, I don't want to speculate on the reason for that, but that, again, could go down to these field positions.
Exactly. The field conditions are terrible. Jeff Scott is an excellent holder. He can get the ball down to Wilkins. He's proven that in the past. But sometimes you got a wet ball, you got a muddy ground, and it's tough. And also, coldness out there. A kicker's foot has to be warmed up in the ball. It can become awfully hard when it's cold. So that may have been a problem for Jeff Wilkins.
One of the keys for these kickers, and talking to a former Falcon King star, Chris Bernay, is to get that point foot down. And in wet conditions like that, of course, they got the cleats on and everything else. But in the mud and the wet, it's hard to get a strong plant down. There's a tendency to step. And, of course, it could have been the cause of that.
And exactly, the kicker may be tentative when they're bad field positions. Oh, field conditions, right? Yeah, we're having a real good time.
All right.
But he's tentative because of the field conditions, and he may hold back just a little.
But now the key for the Falcon defense to go out there, stop Raiders, and don't let them mount any sort of drive, because we've seen Jermaine Richardson. He can move the ball quickly. 57 seconds is a short time, but with the speed of the Raiders, the ball taken and fumbled down near the 5-yard line. Number 28 has some running room. Finally brought down at the 14 by number 24 of the Falcons.
That was number 29, Chuck Campbell. Also, number 9, Derek Fletcher's in there. Derek plays both ways, and he's also on special teams. Can't say more than that. He's got to be tired out there. He's done a lot of running. Now, back to that last drive by the Falcons. Exactly what we want when we come back for the second half. You're talking 14 plays, 80 yards, and about 7 minutes on the game clock. College coaches couldn't hope for, or professional coaches. That is a picture-perfect drive.
The college teams can't put together 14-play drives. Double backfield, and it looks like Reserve is going to be satisfied to just run this clock out. And I think that bodes well for the Falcons. It really does, because they come off high note of that touchdown run. Chuck Wesson going into the locker room, knowing full well that they can move the ball almost at will on this Raider defense. And again, I think that one of the key statistics may come into play in the second half is that right now, with 7 seconds left, and that'll be the end of the first half, this is only the second time that we've seen Jermaine Richardson and Raider offense on the field.
Good point on it. Also, we're going out on an up note. You can't argue against that. The Falcons scored. They've proven that's not out of this ball game, and so they have a second half facing them where they have to charge. Also, these quarters are breezing by, so whoever gains control, holds the ball long, will have the advantage in the second half. And already the Falcons have shown that they're having that advantage.
That's true. I'd like to get some statistics in the second half. We'll try to get them for you. Just how long the Falcons had the ball.
Okay, so we'll be back for the second half. This is Kevin Powers for Don Massola. Right now, you'll be hearing the Austintown Fitch High School marching band under the direction of Warren Snell and Joseph Pellegrini.
fullback, and he'll have enough for the first down as he slices the Falcon territory down to the 47. Number 59, Mike Conley on the tackle.
You know, we always talk about Jermaine Richardson, but the Raider offensive rushing core of LZ and Anderson do a pretty good job themselves. Anderson has 348 yards on the year, and LZ has 563, but the important part is each of them is averaging 6 yards per carry. So, you know, Richardson has had a 200-yard pass game since last year against Fitch. Quite obviously, the reason is he runs a lot, and he also has rushers behind him that do a lot of work.
And we see the reserves come out here in the second half and been able to move the ball successfully, somewhat, of course, aided by that penalty. First and 10 at the 47 of Fitch. This is the time right now where the Falcon defense needs to tighten up, stop them in 3 plays, and get the ball back to the offense. Richardson will give it to tailback. He got some running room, but brought down as he drags Jeff Powers, number 40, down to the 40-yard line.
Well, we're not tackling well. There's nothing to say but that because the Falcons have broken down. They looked at face mask, hurt them. It could have been a play, would have been a sack, and could have got the ball back. But that's no reason for letting our defense down. And look, Don Hauser out there. He's a warrior in mud. He is darker than anything on there. His uniform's just totally covered with mud.
There is no way they could read that number from the front. I'll bring up another second down and short situation. Not what you want to put these Raiders in, because it gives the quarterback the opportunity to throw the ball. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And he has some pressure. He'll roll. Avoids the sack. He'll get the first down. Cuts back inside down to the 28-yard line. Finally brought down. Flag's going to come in there, and tempers begin to flare here on the field. Another flag.
You know, that was number 87, Matt Starry. I think flag would have been against the Raiders. It was a blocking penalty. But Matt Starry threw the blocker aside. So that's going to be a dead ball foul. Now, it'll be interesting how the refs call it. We just mentioned there were no penalties in the first half. And I was going to say penalties this year have been a problem for the Falcons. Not always were they Falcon penalties. I mean, some of them were controversial official calls. We don't want to harp on that. But now penalties are starting to take part of the game. This is going to be a crucial play here. Whatever the Falcons end up with,
Falcons certainly against this call, whatever it is. And it looked like it's going to go in favor of the Raiders.
Exactly what I said. We had clipping. It would have nullified that, moved the Raiders back. But then, unfortunately, Matt Starr let his temper get to him. You can't say anything, but that's a mental mistake on Matt Starr's part.
We're killing ourselves with mental mistakes here. We really are.
Now, I don't know how the rest will go about doing this. We're going to have to wait and see. Let's take this time to remind everyone that Mar Doors and Robertson Studio Photography are area businesses who sponsor Cable 19. Go to Sen Studios for a station with Sen Sitting. If you want to make an appointment, call 799-2015. Make your appointment at Robertson Studio. Also, Mar Doors has 3 locations to serve you. That is 64 Boardman Poland Road, Cornersburg, and also in Struthers.
I believe that the penalties, they're offset, and they're going to get the ball at the 32-yard line, first and 10. Believes what happened there.
That's tough because that personal foul gave them automatic first down. And, of course, the clipping penalty hurt them some, but not as much as hurt the Falcons. We have 7:13 remaining in the third period, and the clock is once again winding down fast on the Falcons.
Richardson will roll. He's going to run it all the way. Brought down by the Falcon, number 59, Mike Conley, 79, John Polish in on the tackle.
That was a good defensive play by the Falcons, but I didn't like the fact that we had 2 broken tackles, though. We weren't able to wrap up, and, you know, this field condition, once again, are playing a factor. It's tough to get a good grip on the offensive player, and the Falcons may be having that problem.
You know, against some backs, it's easy to miss tackle and slow them down, and another guy can come and get them. But with the team that has the speed that these reserve Raiders do, you just can't do that. If you miss the tackle, they're around the corner and are off for a big game. Now, we have a timeout on the field, and I don't understand why. Do we have an injured player down?
Yes, we do have an injured player. Now, we are down to 7 minutes so far, so we're looking at 4 minutes have run off the clock, and that's almost total time the Falcon defense was on the field in the first half. So they have to stop them now. There's no other way about it.
Of course, we must remember that this Falcon offense was able to move the ball when they did get on the field, but of course it's time now for the defense to show that they can stop reserve. They were able to be successful in the first half. It was just one drive that the Raiders had, and the Falcons controlled the ball. But here we see in the second half a total reversal. Falcons haven't yet touched football, and the reserve Raiders are marching down the field now and eating up a lot of that clock. That certainly has to look in their favor.
Looking on the game to November 8 elections, Austintown citizens, you have a very important decision facing you. It is the 3.9 mil school levy. Now, the Austintown School is one of the finest systems in the state of Ohio. They excelled in all facets of education. On November 8th, we expect your support for the Austintown School levy. Vote yes to keep the schools in a good, healthy state.
And remember, it's your tax dollars out there that make such fine sports programs like this football program possible. Of course, we know that the facilities at Falcon Stadium are nothing but the best. It'll be a second down and 10 now for reserve. 3 backs in the backfield. We've shown that look a lot tonight. Gives to the fullback. He'll be brought down in the backfield for a loss by a number of Falcons. 79, Polish on the tackle. 80, Dunhauser also in there from his inside linebacker position. And this will bring up 3rd and 11.
For some credit to Jack Kent, the defensive coordinator, he sent Dunhauser on a stun. He broke that play out, and it was able to finish off by a host of other Falcons. So that's the play we needed. Now reserve has 3rd and long, and hopefully we can have another big play from one Falcons and no penalty, because we have stopped the Raiders before, and I think we can do it right here and return our own offensive drive back in Raider territory.
Give that three-back look. 3rd down and 11. Big play here. Richardson roll out. Hit beat. Brought down. Intercepted by number 29, Chuck Campbell. Still on his feet at 15, up to the 20. And I had thought that Jermaine Richardson was... A flag goes down now. I believe there's some extracurricular activity after the play there. That is the... And that is first interception that Jermaine Richardson has suffered all year. I thought he was going to brought down in the backfield, but luckily for the Falcons, he was not. The penalty will go against the Raiders. 15 yards, I believe, a personal foul. And now tempers really start to flare, and that's the break the Falcons needed.
Exactly. The momentum is back on their side. There's just so much to talk about there. Jermaine Richardson kept his composure, but the very fact that Matt Story was hanging all over was probably one of the reasons he threw the ball away. You know, he may have been able to stand there. He may have been able to resist the sack, but he had unleashed the ball, and Chuck Campbell played that beautifully. So that's Chuck Campbell's 3rd interception on the season, if I'm correct, and the Falcons are back in this ball game.
I didn't see a receiver down there. He just threw that ball away. Weston will get the ball short yards across the right side for about 2 or 3. Again, that right side that they were so successful in going around. Let's set the Falcon offense now while we have time. Quarterback Fletcher, halfback 34 Connor, and 32 Wesson. Fullback 38 Mrakovich, tight end 80 Hauser, tackle 72 Mascola, 77 Burton, the guard 63 Galino, 50 Fitzpatrick, the center 68 Tony Renzo, split ends 22 Toffel and 10 Scott. Single back behind Fletcher now. Fletcher will roll to the right. He has a lot of room, looks and throws. Carth was wide open, but he was just overthrown by Derek Fletcher.
You know, Derek Fletcher both had an open receiver downfield and all that open territory run, and it was just over Al Connor's hand. Oh, you know, if we could only have that one back, that was the big play we needed.
That certainly was. And here really is one of the bigger plays, I think, of the ball game. 3rd down, about 7.5, 8 yards to go at the 36-yard line, and the Falcons really need a 1st down and stay in the drive because that defense has been on the field most of the second half.
And then you're talking about fatigue factor, and that fatigue factor goes up incrementally because of the poor field condition. You have to work extra hard on defense.
Pass is complete from Derek Fletcher. Hits number 10, Jeff Scott, up at the 47-yard line. That'll be enough for the 1st down.
Jeff Scott ran a picture-perfect pattern there. You couldn't ask for a better out pattern, and Derek Fletcher hit him nicely. Good play by Jeff Scott. He's got some excellent hands, and that was the big one the Falcons needed.
Certainly was. And I think right now I'd like to comment on the support that all the people from Austintown are giving this Falcon team. It's really great to see a team have this much support in an away game. Double 2 backs in the backfield behind Fletcher. 1st and 10 at the 47. Little motion there. Long count. Give us Weston through the right side. He has a little bit of running room, but not much. Gain of about 2 or 3.
Well, the Raiders refuse to be broken here. They're playing some good ball, and what we need to do is reestablish our ground game on 1st and 2nd downs. We don't want to have to be faced with another 3rd and long.
That's certainly the case. We can't survive these 3rd and long plays all night long. That was a beautiful pass to execute there by Fletcher. Boy, I can't stop a comment on how muddy Don Hauser is. It's just amazing. 2 back in the backfield, split end out to the left. Give his to Weston. He's got some running room. And again, gain about 3. So bring up about 3rd and 4.
We're having a little time now at that middle section. We're trying to knock away some yards, but hopefully we can avoid these 3rd down situations. I know our 3rd down conversion rate has been excellent tonight, and we may have to rely on that, but I'd like to avoid it because, like you said, John Rourke always stresses the more plays a team has ball, there's a greater chance of making a mistake.
We see the reserve had the ball 9 plays in the second half, and again through the interception. Fletcher will roll out again. He's got blocking in front of him, and he looks like he might have the 1st down to the 43-yard line, depending on spot. I think that it's going to be very close one way or the other. Probably will be measurement. It's 4th down. He's short.
So this is a big play. The Falcons have to come through with 4th down and short. And I know we blew a 4th down and short against Mooney earlier in the season, and that really cost us in the ballgame. So right now we cannot afford to make a mistake. With only 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd period, having the interception and stopping the reserve drive was not enough. We have to score. We have to even up this ball game. And keep in mind, we are down not by 7 points, guys. I've been saying, but we are down by 8.
Hauser comes in motion now. Mrakovich, the lone setback. He just needs inches. Let's see what plays. It was to Mrakovich. Plenty of room for the 1st down to the 41. And there's no doubt about that. With 1st and 10 Falcons, the 41. And, you know, I'm really surprised that they didn't ask for measurement in that one. As close as it was, it was just inches. I'm really surprised they didn't measure that.
Well, it was close enough to the markers that maybe the refs got a good call on that. And I think the Falcons didn't want to stop their drive.
That's
when
true.
you have a measure, it slows the game down. And when you're on a roll like this, you don't want it to stop.
When Falcons get the 1st down, we won't comment about the officials. They've been excellent tonight. They really had pressure, and he's going to be sacked. But it's just a short loss. Down to the 44-yard line. Loss of about 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 13.
I promise to knock on wood, but that's the stick that usually hurts the Falcons. That's stopping momentum. There's no other way about it. And we're now faced with 2nd and long, probably 2 passing down. And hopefully Derek Fletcher can do some of his better-performed theatrics and get a good pickup on this down. You're right. It's just amazing looking at Don Hauser. He is covered in mud. You know, Don is a heck of a player. He plays both ways, and he is the leading tackler on defense, and he does a heck of a job out there for the Falcons.
The backfield. Little counter to Wilson, and he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, let me tell you, that's the counter trap, the double handoff that the Falcons usually run. Now, a certain Falcon player told me that he was watching the film and he saw the ability of the Falcons to open that play up. However, I think reserve was looking for it, and he made the big play there. Now we're faced with third and long again. You couldn't ask for anything worse. You just have to keep this drive alive. There's no other way about it.
We see the third quarter clock is now down to a minute and 17 seconds. There's not much time left in this ball game. The way that both these offenses control the ball. Big player, third down and 15, single back behind Fletcher. Fletcher again rolled to his right side. Got pressure, throws across the middle, complete to Al Connor. He's going to be short of the first down, I believe, but not by much. It'll bring up about 4th and 2 yards.
Make that about 3 down, but this 4 down territory.
Certainly.
There's no other way about it. You know, give a comparison of how the course have been going. The whole first half is under 45 minutes, where usually a first half will take over an hour, probably about 5 minutes over an hour. Already the third period has taken just about a half hour itself.
That's right.
So the pace of the ball game has been slowed down. There's been penalties, and there's been some third and long.
And here it is. It doesn't get any bigger than this. 4th down and 3. The give is to West. He's got more than enough for the first down to the 25-yard line. First and 10 Falcons. And again, I can't stress enough the right side of the offensive line doing their job. And as much as they run that play tonight, it's been successful.
Let out a big breath because Chuck Wilson, when he was in the backfield, looked like he was going to be brought down. I was scared there. He was able to find the hole and pick up the first down. Good to credit the offensive line again. Dorenzo, Galino, Fitzpatrick, Burton, Mascola, and Hauser. They have been doing just an incredible job. Also, number 42, John Mahovich, is replacing Don Hauser at tight end, and I'm sure Don needs a break.
We have a timeout for an equipment repair to one of the Raiders. There's 14 seconds left in this third quarter, so this will probably be the last play barring out of bounds or an incompletion.
It really can't get any better than
No.
this. This is an incredible ball game. You know, we are on pace to break the excitement of the Massillon game. I thought that was the game of the decade, but this one's moving in that same sort of direction.
Give it to Marakovich. He got running room down to the 22. It looked like he would have a lot more than he did there.
You know what I like to see, and Matt's doing a good job of it. He has 2 hands on the ball.
Yeah.
He goes into the middle of that defensive line, and he doesn't let go of it. We cannot afford a turnover.
And that's the end of the third quarter score. Warren Western Reserve 14, Austintown Fitch 6, but the Falcons on the drive, and really the momentum is certainly going their way. I am really impressed. I can't say enough. This is, of course, the first ball game that I've seen this year live, and I can't say enough how impressed I am with quarterback Derek Fletcher. Both his ability to run the ball, throw the ball in key situations. Of course, the Falcons don't put the ball up that much, but it seems tonight that when Fletcher has put the ball up, he throws the safe pass, and oftentimes it's completed, and it's a key completion that gets the first down.
You know, Don, I'm sure you've seen all the games on tape from Channel 19.
Well, of course, I never miss one on tape.
Well, of course, and the Falcons have been doing well. Speaking along the lines of Derek Fletcher, you know, I've seen him mature over the past 2 years. He started out around the 4th game last year, starting off as the Falcons quarterback, and he had his problems. He didn't have that spectacular of a year last year. He had a good year, but this year has been an excellent year for him. He has come through the offseason with a lot of work, and he come out here all this year, and he's in the leader. The leader is what's so important in a quarterback, and he's done the job. Also, once again, remember that Kamar Dollars, the Robert N. Studio Photography underwriter of Channel 19 rebroadcast. They bring them to you with their support, and please bring yourselves to them and support them.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Ball on the 22-yard line of reserve after they switch ends of the field. And this of the field looks like a little less tore up than the other end, so that again could be a Falcon favor. Give us to Marakovich. Plenty of running room. 1 man to beat. Number 10 brings him down at the 14-yard line. It'll be first down Falcons. I believe he's got for the first down. There's an injured Raider on the field.
Good play by Matt Marakovich. Excellent running here this evening. And that also shows the Falcons are starting to mix it up some more. Derek Fletcher hasn't had to carry as much of the offense as he has been in the first half, and so that's a good sign for the Falcons. However, since we changed quarters, the wind is blowing directly into the Falcons' face, so if it does come out down to, say, a field goal, that's going to be a factor against Falcons. We know Jeff Wilkins has a strong leg, but the field conditions and the wind may play a factor at the end of the ball game.
I've already seen that miss on extra points, so as exciting as that Massillon game was, let's hope that it doesn't come down to that. We can score here, score again, end this football game before the end, is I'm not sure we could take that up in the booth.
Well, you know, I always stress that the drive is good if it's going, but at this point, the Falcons didn't need a break. Now, I certainly don't want we're thankful for an injured player. That's certainly not the case, but the fact is that we're getting a rest on the field, and the Falcons really need it. They're going to regroup, and now they're coming down to the critical situation. They're inside the 20, and they're pressing forward. They were able to score inside the 10, and let's hope they can break that second half jinx of not being able to put touchdowns in.
And certainly it looks like this Raider defense is confused now. They don't know what to expect. The Falcons have mixed it up. Again, a number of different ball carriers handling the ball, but the most successful seems to have been that fullback, Matt Marakovich, and I really like the way he runs. Here he has 2 hands on the ball so that he doesn't lose it. Runs very strong, and it oftentimes takes 2 or 3 tacklers to bring him down.
Looking at the SEC stats for Matt Marakovich, in rushing, he is 4th in the Steel Valley with 317 yards. More important, as a fullback, he's averaging 5 yards per carry, an overall 52-yard gain. Also, he's an all-purpose rushing leader. He has 393 all-purpose yards. So he's averaging 66 all-purpose yards per game. And now the Falcon character is showing, and also the spirit of Falcons fans. They are getting fans going, and they want to put this in.
This is really impressive, how much fan support the Austintown community gives this football team when it goes away. And of course, a cold night, it was raining on and off. But again, this is great support for this football team.
You know, if you can will things to happen, we would have scored already. The pure character of Falcons out there, their drive, their desire is just incredible. And this is a ball club looking on this game and assuming that we will win, which of course we hope we do. That sort of character will take us into the postseason.
That is true. Now the Falcons come out again. Double backfield. First 10 of 15. Give it to Wesson. And he's brought down. And I think some of the fans here want to face mask. I didn't see it that way. He was brought down by a good stick tackle there after gain of 1.
That was a hard-hitting tackle. Now we have 1 yard. We could use a little more. We still can get first down. So we've been in good scoring position when we've been near the goal line. Usually, like I have to say, we usually have go on 10, and it's the worst place to be. But now we have a chance for a first down around the 5, so the Falcons should be able to keep it alive and put it in the end zone.
Second down, we'll call it 9. Gives to Cunner, plenty of running room. Breaks the corner, and he might have the first down. He's down near the 5-yard line. It'll depend upon where they spot it. We can't see from our angle.
Let's give a little credit to Jane Richardson, number 11. He knocked Al forward about 3 yards near the first down marker, and Al made a nice move on the outside. He stiffed on his tackler, and he got the yardage you need. That's the kind of drive and desire that you like to see in a football player. And you see that in the whole offensive squad on the field right now.
Third down, very short. Looks like about 1.5 yards to go. Of course, this is definitely 4 down territory. There'd be no field goals called here. 10 minutes, 53 seconds left in the third quarter. Marekovic a blown back. We got wideouts to the right side. Give is a Matt. He'll have the yard for the first down. Breaks for down to 3.
Good cut by Matt. There's no other way about it. It looked like that play was off, and he got in for the first down.
And this is a drive that started all the way back on the 20-yard line. First down at the 3-yard line for the Falcons. The crowd reacting to that. Of course, there was no doubt about it. He had it by 1 yard or 2.
The crowd is on their feet here on the side of the Falcon side of the Austintown Stadium, and they are just incredible. You know, the Raiders have to take a timeout. They are just being outmatched there on the field, and that is beneficial for the Falcons. This has been a game that comes down to the last few minutes, and whoever has the more timeout is definitely at an advantage.
And the Falcon offense comes near the sidelines to a standing ovation. And of course, the way they have performed tonight on these long drives, they certainly deserve it. Again, we have first and 3 down at the 3-yard line. With the power that we've shown on that right side, we should be able to punch this in, and this is a brand new ball game.
Also, if you look back at games Falcons played, and once again, I don't know the reserve games now they went, but it looked like most of them were big wins for the Raiders, so they really didn't have to face tough opposition. You look at the Maryland game, when Falcons came back for the Irvine game the next week, they were a new ball, they were mature, they had a lot of experience, and that experience was going to pay off in the later minutes of the fourth quarter.
And let's remember, there's very few teams in the state, don't keep harping on this, that play the caliber of opposition that the Falcons do week in and week out. They're playing top football teams in this state, and to come away from that with a 6-1 slate, this is a team with character, and the way that they've driven the ball down the field, they certainly have shown that tonight. Give this to Cunner. He'll be stacked up. Gain down to about the 2-yard line.
I'll have to say I didn't like that play call. I don't want to second-guess Dave Hartman. The fact is, we probably should hit the middle with Marekovic again. We've been doing a good job at that. That's what we're producing the most on here this evening, and I think we should have went to that before we went to a counter.
I think that counter play takes a little bit too much time to develop down near goal line. There's too many people up near the line of scrimmage filling up those gaps, and with that counter taking a lot of time to develop, they're into the backfield before that can really get started. Marekovic and Conant again in the backfield. Give again into Connor. He sees the end zone and scores around the left side. Touchdown Falcons.
Well, let me eat my word. That counter there worked perfectly. Al Connor ran beautifully. He made a cut, and he went right through that opening. So I'm glad Al Connor proved me wrong, and Coach Dave Hartman there made the right choice. Of course, the coaches out in the booth have looked down and looked at the tendency of the Raiders. They knew the call, and they did it there. So now we are down by 2 points, and we're going to go for 2. There's no other way about it. They had no choice. And even if we do not make it, we have the leg Jeff Wilkins. Yeah. We have the strength of our offense right now.
The way this offense is played, they have to be confident in their ability to move the ball. They'll go for 2 from 3. Connor and Marekovic again in the backfield. The power to the left side. Derek Fletcher on a naked bootleg shows his speed and scores! 2 points, and this ball game is even at 14. Here's an interesting step that was just handed to me. Listen to this. That offensive drive for the Falcons, 18 plays, 66 yards. They controlled the ball for 10 minutes and 17 seconds, and certainly momentum is on their side now.
Incredible Falcon drive capped off by an excellent play, and an excellent play called. Dave Hartman called right there. Derek Fletcher was running for that orange marker in the corner, and I was going to go out there and hit the referee myself. I thought he wasn't going to get out of the way, and Fletcher was able to make it in, and this is beautiful.
That was a beautiful call. You know what? That call reminded me back to early September when myself and you were at Notre Dame Michigan game, and the Michigan quarterback, it was a similar situation, did the same thing and scored. Dave Hartman showing the variety that this fucking offense really has. Certainly a diversified offense. We had Connor, Wesson, Marekovic, Fletcher carrying the ball. We had passing from Fletcher on the drive. And again, anytime you can hold the ball for 18 plays, that certainly says something about your offense, and not have any mental mistakes during that. The Falcons certainly showing that they're made of championship caliber material here tonight.
Let's read through that offense again. Fletcher, Connor, Weston, Marakovich, Hauser, Mascola, Galino, Lorenzo, Fitzpatrick, Burton, Hofield, and Scott, and they've been doing a damn good job.
Fine kick by Jeff Wilkins. Takes the return to the goal line. He'll bring it out to the 5, outside of the 10, and brought down right there at the 14-yard line, and that again is what the Falcons needed. Number 44 brings him down. That would be Gary Nemsick. There's some other Falcons. That's the side of the field. We're having a hard time picking up the numbers.
This is it. The Falcons have taken control of this ballgame, taken control. They have the momentum. They hold the reins, and they dropped the reserve Raiders into their own territory at 15 yards, their own 15-yard line. You couldn't ask for anything else. Now the defense has to keep it going. We have to hold the reserve offense. Not even going to have a first down, and we can go in and score. You know, it's tied at 14, but in everybody's heart, especially the players, we're ahead.
We're ahead. The way that we come back to reserve hasn't done anything past that interception early in the game. Davis to be sent back through, and he'll be brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Good play.
Most of the Falcons, 29 Campbell on the tackle, also 40 Jeff Powers, and 59 Mike Conley.
And the key there was Mike Conley. No, he's nose man. You're supposed to knock that center on his butt. He was able to do his job, and he got across, and he made the stop. You know, they had an opening there. It was they were going to break on the outside, but Conley came across and made a big play.
The Falcon defense, of course, will put that we should make, and most of those players are rested. The way the Falcon offense controlled the ball. Again, the reserve Raiders show that 3-back backfield. One man goes in motion now. Jermaine Richardson will drop back to throw. He got a lot of time. He'll be pressure and sacked. No, he is down. They must say, I can't believe that they're not going to call. His knee was almost...
No, his knee wasn't down. I got to give credit to the ref. They did not make a bad call. Mahakovich and one of the other Falcons had them. It was totally incredible. Richardson can not go down, and that is, this whole family must be like that. You know, if this whole family were to play touch football, there'd never be a tackle now because they just don't go down. It is totally incredible.
I guess exciting getting the best of me watching these NFL games where all I have to do is touch the quarterback and he's down.
That's
but of course, that was fine pressure, fine coverage by the Falcon defense.
It did make them cause an incomplete pass. They did cause an incomplete pass.
Then he'll drop back. Pressure. He'll run. He's going to get the first down up to the 25 and more out to the 35-yard line before he's finally brought down by number 1, Todd Palick.
Too much speed. Jermaine Richardson just has too much speed. We can't get good footing out there, and he's just using his running ability to really put us apart. You know, the initial surge of the Falcons defensive line is beautiful. We're coming through, putting the pressure. What's not happening is the middle is starting to break up. We're pressuring in from the outside, and middle opening up. So squeezing Richardson out. It's like a cork popping out of a bottle, and Richardson moves that fast.
We need to contain that. Of course, the secondary doing a beautiful job of coverage. Richardson has had a lot of time, and he hasn't been able to find an open receiver.
Let's say the secondary out there is Hofield, Campbell, Wilkins, and O'Pallet.
Time once again for a big play. The Falcons come on a blitz, and that could be a fumble. They're going to rule a fumble, and looks like reserves recovered. It is second down.
Initial surge was from the outside, probably by number 79, Polish number 87, Starry. He came flying in there, and once again, Richardson is able to stay on his feet, but finally brought down by another Falcon.
I really can't. I know he's an opposing quarterback, but I can't say enough for Jermaine Richardson. He hasn't been on the field all that much tonight, but he really impressed me with his ability to scramble.
It is. Cannot say enough for Jermaine Richardson. He is a heck of a ball player, and this is only his junior year. He'll be back next year, so we'll face Jermaine again.
Second down at 15, 2-back backfield. Look and throws. Pass complete and dropped.
There should have been a flag. Number 89 came across and hit Hofield way after the play. It should have been a flag, personal foul, but that was a good play by Hofield.
They're going to give him that completion, and I frankly can't believe it because I don't think he had the ball long enough, but it'll still bring up 3rd and long. Again, a key play for the Falcon defense.
I don't want to say anything against officials because when they're supposed to call, it's tough on the field. You're down there, they're right in front of your face. You got to make a call right away. Of course,
we're far from the field.
Because we're in reserve, we may have a tendency towards reserve. I'm not saying they're favoring them, but the quick calls may tend to go in favor of the Raiders.
Okay, 3rd down, 10 yards to go, 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in the clock, 4th quarter. Pressure, Richardson will roll, he'll run now. He'll be brought down and have the first down on the far side of the field. And I hear the Falcon coaches on the other side of our press box,
and they are really excited over there. Everyone here, the coaches are impassioned.
It'll be first down for the Raiders, I believe. Let's see where they split. Yes, it will be.
Well, once again, give a hand to Jermaine Richardson. He is their offense right now. They can't go over an open receiver. We're doing a good job of covering him, but our line is breaking up the pass rush. You know, maybe we might want to consider a little more stunning. I know our receivers are fast, but our secondary is doing a good job tonight. I think it's time that we send people in, and they have to make the tackle. I think we're missed too many tackles. Sometimes when we do use stunts, they're effective, but we miss the kill.
First and 10 at the 47, 3-back backfield. Give will be 22. They'll bring him down quickly, and he's not going to get anything. There's about 5 or 6 Falcons in there on that play. Number 79, Polish, one of them. Also, I think 80 Hauser was over there.
John Polish was the leader on that tackling surge, and he did a nice job. You know, he was being held.
Yeah.
The Raider was all over him, and he just threw that Raider down pure strength, and he made plays. A good job by John Polish to give the Raiders second long. You know, we're stopping them. There's no other way to say it. We're stopping their run game, and we're forcing Richardson to throw the ball, but we're not doing what we have to. We're not stacking him and stuffing him.
5 minutes and 10 seconds left. The Falcon defense is really playing tough on first and second down, and it seems like third down, Richardson can just pull a miracle out of his hat and scramble for the first down. They need to stop him here.
He has some sort of magic device with him.
He really does. Falcons on a blitz. He'll be brought down this time. Don Hauser. Oh, I'm sorry, 79. John Polish on the play. 73. DeChalk was in there to help fish him off.
And also Don Hauser. They did a damn good job. There's no other way about it. I'm too excited here because this game is such a heart pounder. Blood is pumping, and it is just incredible out here. And that's it. Now they're faced with a third and over 15, about 17 really.
Very long.
This is a play with 4:23 left. We can get the ball back, good field position, and we can mount a damn good drive.
Yeah, and the excitement's getting the best, Kevin, here, but of course it's getting the best of all the Falcon fans. Double backfield, wide outs both sides. The Falcon defensive line will shift.
Please excuse my
Richardson will always have plenty of pressure, and number 73, DeChalk, brings him down. Fourth down for the Raiders, and a mile to go. And the Falcon defense has stopped, and Richardson remains on the turf. I believe he's hurt. Now he gets up slowly. The Falcon defense certainly did their job. Let's give credit where credit is due. 73, Chuck, 59, Conley, and 79, John Polish. Richardson had a lot of time, but these last two plays, they came in there and stopped him cold, sacking him in the backfield. Now reserve, I think, will have to be forced to punt with fourth and about 30.
There's no other way about it. I have to apologize for my excessive use of obscenities. I am getting a big excited up here, and I apologize.
Nearly blocked. O'Hallett will pick it up at the 35. He gets on it, shakes off a tackler, has an opening down the sidelines. One man beat it, Richardson. And O'Hallett will score. No flags are down. No, he will not. Finally brought down from the back by 14. Minnie Lewis. But the Falcon offense gets the break that they...
He was off the 9-yard line, but you look all the way back up here when he got on the 40-yard line of the Falcons, and he was bobbling the ball, and I'm thinking, pick up, and he finally did. And, you know, the very fact that he bobbled it was probably the reason that the territory opened up so much. Yeah. The Raiders probably saw that as an opportunity to make a big play. They came flying down, and as soon as he picked it up, Powell showed some afterburners. He took off, made excellent moves, good blocking on Richardson there by a host of the Falcons up there. I don't know who did the blocks, but it was excellent. So they're on 9-yard line now, and that's the big play we need. We talked at the beginning of this half. We talked at the beginning of this half that big plays are what the Falcons needed. Raiders had theirs in the first half, that 85-yard interception return for a touchdown.
That was ours.
And that is our big play.
You know, if you look back across the field, you can't credit enough the punt return team because there was so many reserve Raiders just knocked to the ground by blocks that were set up on this side of the field. You know, a lot of times when punt is bobbled like that, of course, I just wanted to fall on it. In that case, it's certainly the right thing to do to pick it up and run with it because the Raiders, quite frankly, as Kevin said, went down looking for big play, and he just overran the coverage.
Now, number 11, Jermaine Richardson, is down the turf, and you hate to see that because he's a heck of a ball player, and you can't give him enough accolades. Now, the very fact that he's down can hurt the Raiders tremendously. If they do get a chance to come back on offense and we put it in here, they're going to be faced with a new quarterback and one who does not have the spark of Richardson.
Yeah, especially a new quarterback coming in cold in a game like this. And certainly, we don't want to see anybody get hurt, but if Richardson is out for the rest of this game, it certainly bodes well for the Falcons. We wish him well and hope that he's back next week.
It doesn't look good for Richardson. He's hobbling up the phone, and it looks like he has an ankle or knee injury.
Let's some total yard statistics right now for the Falcons in the game. The Falcons have outgained the Raiders 230 to 130 total yards, the majority of that being on the ground. But again, that's just a big play we needed. And really, the tide of this game has switched completely from that interception return way back in, I believe it was late in the first quarter, early second quarter. Since that time, the Falcons have completely controlled this ball game.
It has. It really has been incredible. When we went into the locker room scoring, you couldn't ask for anything more as a morale booster because we went, even though we were behind in points, we went with the last laugh, shall you say. He who laughs loudest.
It was Durakovic, short game, down to about the 12 or 13.
Right now, we don't want to be too premature. The Falcons still have a hard 8 yards in front of them. They have second down, and they have a long way to go into the end zone. 8 yards, from the goal line is not short.
Real quick, here's a good statistic just given to me that the Reserve Raiders started that drive on their 14-yard line, and the Falcons took over control of the ball on the 14. So they gained nothing after holding the ball for about 6 minutes. Give this to Connor. It looks like he'll be fumbled the ball, and Reserve has
recovered it. They don't even know where the ball is. The ref is number 78 who has recovered for Reserve, and that's a play that the Falcons did not need. 2:10 remaining in the ball game, and the second turnover has been probably costly us now because that has stopped the Falcons from going ahead. Fortunately, you look at Derek Fletcher's set 2-point conversion, and we give him a big thank you.
Yeah, that's certainly true. 2 minutes left in this game. I don't think Richardson will be coming back. He'll be in quarterback. So the Falcons need to stop him here. There's plenty of time. Quarterback is number 16, John Allen, Jr., and he probably has seen almost no playing time, I would think. He's only 5'8", so his size could also be a factor, but of course...
Do not say that. Jermaine Richardson is back in the ball game, and the Raiders have a big play. The Falcons
24.
Falcons have been thrown for the loop here.
Yeah, that's certainly a momentum shift. There's a lot of ground between the Raiders and the end zone.
And we were wrong. Jermaine Richardson is back in the ball game, so the Raiders still have their leader.
Let's see if he slowed down any by this. I can't believe that they went straight to a running play. I would think that they're going to have to put it up now.
Well, we talked about character all evening. This is where character is really proven.
Second down in inches. Ball in the 24. He'll drop back. He's got a receiver open across the field. All the way down near the 42-yard line. Finally brought down by Opalik.
Good play by number 1, Todd Opalik. He had open field tackle make the biggest play of his life ever since that punt return.
Certainly.
And it was just a nice open field tackle. He took his time, he concentrated, and he brought him down. And so now reserve has the upper hand.
57 seconds left. First and 10, the Falcon 42. Clock starts running now.
Big play, we're looking for you.
And looks, throws it across the middle. He catches the ball at the 36, but of course the clock will keep running now. We don't know what kind of kicker reserve has.
Now reserve only has one timeout. I mentioned earlier that,
and they take that timeout right here.
They may have two, but I'm pretty sure they only have one, and I mentioned earlier that may cost them in the later minutes of this ball game. This is where we are, under 1 minute left, 42 seconds, and now it's a battle of will. Who wants it more?
Now it's time for that Falcon defense to rise to the occasion and stop Jermaine Richardson in his tracks. Of course, that defense, 73 to Chuck, 59 Connie, 79 Polish. Outside backers, 42 Mahakovich, 87 Starry. Inside backers, 40 Bowers, 80 Don Hauser. The secondary, Derek Fletcher, Rob Ofultato, Puck, and Cam. I don't know if Fletcher's out there on the field. He might be being replaced in the secondary by Jeff Wilkin. We'll have to check and see when the huddle's broken. But they have been, Coach Dave Hartman's been doing it much during his first half.
Right now, Jack Kenny is out on the field, the Falcons defensive coordinator, and he has to give the Falcons words of wisdom just about. He has to get them motivated. He has to make them play their best.
And, of course, we got to start looking toward the Falcons won a game against the Massillon Tigers a long field goal. Let's hope doesn't happen against them here. We don't really know what kind of kicker reserve has. In these focus conditions, I would think that we're looking at a touchdown or at the very least they have to get well into close to the goal line, try a field goal.
I'd have to say inside the 15 to have a really good shot at a successful field goal.
Richardson will drop back. He's under pressure. He's going backwards. He'll be... He completes that pass to the 32-yard line. Fumble the ball, and they're going to call him down.
Actually, that is the rule. He'd have the momentum. He picked up total 1 on the play, bring a third down and short. You know, we just got to make the tackle.
Yeah.
Seems to everyone else is being affected by mud on the field except Jermaine Richardson.
Yeah. And, you know, it's just amazing. If we had an in-grass rule in high school football, we would have sacked this guy about 6 or 7 times tonight. But, of course, that's not the case.
But, you know, the controversy now is they have an injured player in the field and have no timeouts. So it seems to me that the big thing is whether or not the injured player stop clock. They're bringing up the chain.
Yeah,
so that is a legitimate reason.
So, of course, chain come out, so there would be a timeout here anyways. Down don't matter much at this point with 30 seconds to go.
It is a first down now, and so the Falcons will have to stop Raiders. They can't give up more than 6 yards.
No. The Falcons have been able to block kicks this year.
Otto Opalik has blocked a field goal at the Rooney game. He did block a field goal, and also he blocked an extra point at the Ursuline game. So Otto Opalik is our big man for blocking kicks.
So let's, again, if we could have sacked Richardson there deep in the backfield, that would have really changed the complexion of this series. Richardson now talking to the officials.
You know, the injured player does not look injured.
No,
I'm
in fact, I don't see any coaches out there. Well, now I do. There's a coach out talking to him. But this really is.
Yeah.
I see Coach Hartman out on the field now, and this, frankly, he doesn't look very injured. And this should be the way to do it in pro football. In the last 2 minutes, it should be a charged timeout.
Of course, I don't think having timeouts left.
Well, we could ask us to invent something.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sure we can come up with some suitable penalty.
The clock will start as soon as they're ready. All on the 32-yard line, first and 10, but downs don't matter much anymore. 30 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. We check the wind, and it seems to be blowing across the field, so that could put in the Falcons' favor. It doesn't look to be against them, but I'm sure it's swirling down there.
Falcons right now aren't playing for this game. They're playing for the season.
Yeah.
It's all on the line right now.
Clock starts. 2 backs, 1 wide out. Richardson will drop back. He looks like he's going to be sacked, and he will be sacked this time. Sacked for a loss back to the 35. The clock continues to run. Now the clock stopped, and they call a timeout.
They did have an extra timeout, so we should have had their timeout taken away when the player was on the field.
We should. Okay, 16 seconds. Ball on the 35. Second down, 14.
Luckily, Ken Carano isn't here. He has some trouble at these games. Get it too exciting for him. He is there up there in a number of years. Unfortunately, we're all young here. And once again, we have to give some praise to our statistician this evening, Bucky Dills.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job of bringing the stats to us and is keeping us appraised on this game, the most important game for the Falcons so far this year. Now what we're looking at is a second long for the Raiders. But like I said, Don, downs are basically irrelevant.
Yeah.
The Raiders are just looking out, probably try to get in the field goal position.
Yeah.
16 seconds left, and we have to stop them. There's no other way about it. Now, I'm curious whether or not Jack Kenny will go for a stunt to try to drop Richardson, or whether we'll try to stay back and avoid big play. And on the other hand, Phil Anarella, the coach of Warren West Reserve, does he go to Richardson again, or maybe does he try a draw or some other play to throw Falcon defense off?
Yeah, certainly this is where coach, a lot of tension down there on both sidelines, and this is where things really start to heat up here. Second down, there's 16 seconds left. Playoff bids on the line for both of these institutions. They're in the muddy part of the field right now. One wide out once again.
Here comes Don Hauser.
Hauser in the blitz. Richardson throws it for the game all the way down. It'll be intercepted by the Falcons. Number 22. That would be...
That's number 29, Chuck Campbell. His second interception of the night.
And Chuck Campbell right there really saved this ball game because that receiver was open.
Well, you know, there's a bunch of things to talk about. Let's go back to that play. You saw Don Hauser come in. Jack Kent chose to send him in. It was blue because we forced Richardson to throw the ball. He has his receiver way across the field, but even Jermaine Richardson cannot throw it 60 yards without having the defensive backs have enough time to get under. Chuck Campbell was beat, but he was able to come ahead.
And we'll go to overtime.
The first overtime game for the Falcons in overtime history. And we're setting up right now. We're in overtime. We have changed tapes. Unfortunately, we had an next tape because the first half was short. Now is the situation. The Falcons and the Raiders will once again come to the middle of the field, and there'll be a flip of the coin. The winner can choose to receive the ball. There's 3 minutes in the period of overtime, in the first period of overtime. Now, each team will start with ball in the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
Team who wins the toss of quarter probably have to receive. Now, starting on 20, and they have a chance to go down and score. Now, if they score, the other team gets a chance to start on their 20 and try and match that score. Now, if they don't score and the defense holds, the other offense team come out, score, and win the ball game.
How do they work extra points here? Is it the same way they'll be able to score a touchdown, an extra point?
Everything else is the same, yes. That will matter, of course, extra points to make sure that the tie will continue or the game is won or not. Now, back to that incredible play. That was just totally incredible. Like I was saying, Chuck Campbell in a nice play. He was beat. There's no doubt about it. Receiver open, but because Jermaine Richardson had to throw the ball at least 60 yards, Campbell was able to make the play. He jumped up and got the ball at its peak. No, we were lucky there. Campbell was down on the 1-yard line. If we would have had a start and had a run of play, it could have been dangerous. Fortunately, there were only 8 seconds on the clock. We were able to run down the rest of the time, and now we are back in this ball game. I gotta say, overtime, the edge probably go to the Falcons. I know we have good conditioning. We played tight games. We had massive.
We have momentum. We have the momentum.
We have the momentum and stats to back it up.
We certainly do. We've been playing tough, and that was really just a fine defensive play. He could have knocked that down, but again, give Richardson a chance. Here, right here in overtime is the time when I think the king of Jeff Wilkins could really come to play, because the Falcons know that they have a good kicker out there, a kicker that can make field goals. And if they can hold the reserve Raiders, the Falcons, of course, will try to score that touchdown. So you know that field goal is a possibility.
Let's look at Jeff Wilkins, and he is 6 of 8 this year in field goals. His own misses were a 35-yard one against Minner, and last week a 25-yard one against Brooklyn, Virginia. He's been successful on 20, 22, 25, 28, and the longest was that 43-yard record, Fitch high record, game-winning field goal against Massillon.
It's 14-14 ball game here in overtime. Couldn't hope for anything more.
You know, Don, you pick the right game to come home. We're talking the first overtime game for the Austintown Fitch High School Falcons. The overtime rule has been in effect for 3 seasons now, but the Falcons have never been put in that situation. Now, out come the captains. Of course, we have Fletcher and Chalk and Tuckville. You know, Don Hauser is probably getting a break on the sideline.
Here he comes. And, of course, he's easy to tell because he's the muddiest guy on the field. If we had to read numbers, there'd be no way we could tell who Don Hauser was.
He is the warrior out there. He is the captain of defense. As much as Eric Fletcher has led the offense, Don Hauser has done a job of leading the defense. I've seen him out there all night, rearranging the defensive line, making sure everyone was ready. And, of course, he's responsible for making calls and the signals on the field. Well, looking at the win, now if we were able to win the toss and get the ball, it'll be interesting where, you know, reserve is going to start on defense. Of course, they're going to put us against the win because it'd be against us. I don't know if we switch field at the end of the period. I'm assuming at the end of the period.
I would think that it'll be like a kickoff to whoever. The Falcons have won.
And they will be on offense.
Will they?
Let's get that signal
It's hard to tell. We can't see that signal, but we'll find out soon enough. You know, it seems like, it's probably my imagination, but it seems like these stands filled up as the ball game has progressed.
You know, that's exactly what we're doing. We are going to start a 20-yard line and move to the north end, and of course, reserve press going against the wind. Most logical thing to do. Now the offense has to do it. They have to come out and they have to score, and then they're going to have to put the pressure on the reserve defense. These kids have never been in a playoff, in a overtime situation, but they've been in tough games.
They certainly have.
Edge has to go to the Falcons. The ground game has to go to the Falcons. The defensive line has to go to the Falcons. One thing that will not go to the Falcons in this overtime has to be the magic of Jermaine Richardson. He has a big potential. We all have good players out there, but I don't know if he had that big play potential that Jermaine Richardson has.
Of course, remember that the Reserve Raiders have not scored since early in the first half with the interception. Now, Reserve will start first 10 on the 20.
Of course, we don't know what we're talking about.
No.
Because this
He will roll.
situation is different.
Looks to throw. He's going to run. He's got plenty of room. Brought down near the 7-yard line. He'll have first down at 7.
It's quite obvious we've never been to an overtime game because they started on the opponent's 20-yard line. I'm assuming they were starting on their own 20. So this can go on forever with two offenses scoring like this. Now, it's important here for the Falcons to stop reserve because we had trouble there with Al Connor fumbling on that last drive inside 10 and want to put reserve in a bad position. We don't want to make them and make a break position on defense, not just a do it or maybe break even situation.
First and goal from the 9. They show the power eye. Give it to the tailback. He slices down near the 3-yard line. So this is the time the Falcon defense really needs to stiffen up and hold these Raiders.
In comes the goal line defense, the Falcons, Trent Mascola, and also another player. It's too muddy to see his number, and they're going to set up more down line, and they got to get ready because reserve is out right away.
Second and 2 to 2. They show the power eye again. Goal line defense in for the Falcons. Give it to the tailback. He'll slice through and score. Okay, but this is not over. This ball game is not over.
The Falcons get their chance to retaliate, and they will have that opportunity right after this try.
Now, an interesting thing here is will they go for 1 or 2? And I would think that they'll have to play the same thing and go for the 1. Kick the ball, and I think that's what they're doing. Their kicker, 77. That's Karsten Milzernak is in.
Hopefully, Toto Powell can come up with his blocking of the PATs and field goals because we need it right now. He's over here on this side of the field to look for him to come in.
He gets it down, and it is through. Flag down on the
They're going to rough the kicker. Toto Powell came to a very valiant effort to block it, but he did rough the kicker. So they're going to have to make a decision now.
Injured player down on the field.
Now they're going to have to make a decision on whether to go for 2 or not. They're going to about have to get into the goal line. They'll be on about 1.5-yard line. I didn't like how easily they put it in from the 20.
No.
Falcon defense not ready. They were just thrown. They had not been prepared for this sort of situation, and they let reserve handle it.
I think what it was is Falcons throughout the second half really faced an offense that's basically just dropped back and been ready to throw the ball. And on that series of plays, Coach Anarella brought in a power eye and ran the ball right. I frankly think they were expecting that or ready for that at least. Well, let's see. They haven't put the extra point up on the scoreboard yet. But I think
we missed the signal there.
I think that it'll be difficult. There they go. They'll take the extra point. I was going to say it'd be hard to take a point off the scoreboard at the situation.
Yeah, that is very important. To go for 2 would be a big gamble, and Reserve's going to take the safe way and hope that their defense can hold the Falcon offense. You have 20 yards now separating us from another overtime period, and this is the biggest 20 yards Falcons have had to face.
Now they're going to spot the ball, I believe, on the 35 because they're roughing a kick call. Now will it be 1st and 10 at the 35 or 1st and 25 with the first down being at 20? It's going to be interesting here.
Well, this is really trouble for the Falcons if that's the case. They have a lot farther to go now, and it's a break in favor of reserve caused by maybe a mental mistake on the Falcons' part. Toto Powell put his heart into that one. He tried, and it was close. Just a few more inches, and he might have missed the kicker.
Okay, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35 then. Okay, that's not as bad. I was thinking that they got the ball immediately on 20, and that maybe the change would be there, but I was wrong. Of course, none of us are familiar with these overtime rules.
It is a learning process. Hopefully, when we come out of this lesson, we'll be more educated and a lot happier than we are right now.
Yeah, let's hope so. Remember, these overtimes, of course, are not sudden death. Falcons can come back with a touchdown, next point on board, tie this game up, and go to another overtime situation.
Well, let's set up the Falcon Warriors on the field because they have to do their job. Hauser, Mascola, Galino, Dorenzo, Fitzpatrick, Burton, Tofel, Scott, Fletcher, Conner, Marakovich, and Wesson. It all lies on their shoulders.
Of course, let's see if that reserve defense is tired. That could play a factor. The Falcons have been on the field much of this game. And the excitement is just incredible. We're getting caught up in it ourselves. Marakovich, give it to Wesson. Short gain to the 34.
We're only going to pick about 1. I don't know. Making a cut like that by Chuck Wesson into the muddy part of the field may have been a, what you call, questionable move on part of the Falcons. And, of course, I do not want to second-guess Coach Dave Hartman. And he's done an excellent coaching job tonight. Can't emphasize how well the coaching staff has done.
No, they've certainly mixed it up on the Raiders. Marakovich will be just low back. We'll see if Fletcher rolls and passes in this play. He'll do just that. He's got plenty of time. Blocker out front, throws it. Pass, no, he's out of bounds.
His feet may slid out of bounds, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 9 now for the Falcons, and the receiver is 22, Rob Toville. I'd like to see that one again before I need to call either way.
It was close one way or the other. It was close. Okay, 3rd and 9. Of course, I think that right now we'll probably see much the same thing. Derek Fletcher rolling to the right. But you know what? In this situation, I wouldn't be surprised to just cross this Raider defense if they rolled Fletcher maybe to the left and try something like they tried in the 2-point conversion.
Now, just put in number 1, Toto Palick. He's faster, and he also probably had one of the best pair of hands on the team. So that's good enough to have another good receiver out there. Fletcher on a mixed up play. And they did not have a play.
No.
And you know what? Derek Fletcher really did a bad job because he pulled in. He did an excellent job all this game, but he pulled in. He should have threw the ball because now we lost yards. At least we would have had an incomplete pass and been back at the same position. Now we have a 4th and 16.
4th and 16, and this is the ball game. Okay, it all comes down to this. The season, possible playoff berth, and certainly this ball game tonight. 4th and 16, the fans are on their feet. Mrakovic the lone back. Fletcher breaks free. Downfield, passes complete. First down! And depending upon the spot, I think he's got it. He's on that line. First down to the Falcons.
On Hauser, number 80. He made the reception.
1st and 10 for the Falcons at the 25-yard line.
I was mentioning how well Von Hauser had been doing on defense. Of course, he is the defensive player. He plays offense, and he plays at the end. And not only is he probably one of the best blockers of that incredible blocking line we have, but he also has a pair of hands. And those hands are golden right now.
That's probably one of the biggest catches we've seen in many years.
Falcons are alive.
Gives to Mrakovic. Short game down to 13, or down to the 23.
We need to get more on 1st down and 2nd down. We can't face these heroics and theatrics towards these 3rd and 4th and long. We can't afford to gamble anymore.
The Falcons have been quite good on 3rd down tonight, but again, with these long situations, one of these times it's going to jump up and bite us there. And that was really a good, fine executed play at the first down, but we need to get some yards here on 2nd down.
And there's no saying, you can't say anything but Don Hauser made a good catch. Lady Luck was on our side.
Give this to Connor, I believe. Down to about the 18-yard line.
Was Toto Palick, and he's going to pick up about 3, but we have 3rd down and long 6. And we're faced, once again, it's 4-down territory, and we cannot afford a mental mistake or a sack.
No, we have to at the very least get some positive yardage on this play so we come up with a 3rd or a 4th and short if that becomes the case. Of course, let's try to get 1st down, but avoid a mental mistake, and certainly don't turn that ball over. Single back. Pitch out to Wesson. He'll get down to 15, and I believe he got the 1st down.
Maybe he may be short, but that was an excellent play, and it was a scary one as well. Derek Fletcher pitched that ball, and he got hit as soon as the ball went to Chuck West. We saw the option once before tonight. It was successful. We haven't seen it since, but that was a good call by Dave Hartman. He made the option call, and it was the play we needed.
They'll bring the chains out to measure this one. It's going to be close one way or the other.
For the Falcons' sake, let's hope it's the 1st down. We'd hate to have to go for a 4th and short.
I believe it's short. It looked like only inches. We're checking it can't be more than a couple inches there. And this is a big play right here.
Quarterback sneak, there's no other way about it. We can't risk a handoff and transaction. We just have to plow right ahead with Derek Fletcher.
You can't do anything in that backfield.
Let's call on the front 3, Brenzo, Fitzpatrick, Galino, and also the tackles Mascola and Burton, because they have to plow straight ahead. So they have to give Derek Fletcher an alley to get through for those few inches.
4th inches, ball game on the line, 15-yard line. Falcon offense, almost certainly to be quarterback sneak. Mrakovic again, the lone back. Gives to Mrakovic. And he might not have got that one. Depends on the spot.
It's going to see where they mark it. It's going to be close.
The reserve Raiders are out of the field celebrating.
They're celebrating too soon.
There should be a penalty on this, I believe. First down to the Falcons.
So 80 Luck pushes us along again.
The reserve band is out on the field. Their cheerleaders out on the field. There goes the penalty flag. And I agree with that. Half that bench, half the reserve band on the field.
It wasn't that. It was one of the coaches, or maybe it wasn't even a coach. It was someone who came on the sideline and started to verbally assault the referee.
Okay.
That is uncalled for. And they are lecturing the sidelines. We got people down, reporters, people who shouldn't be on the field. And that's unfair to the Falcons.
There are too many people down there.
They're trying to play a ball game, and they're playing their heart out. And Lady Luck is tearing us through.
That flag came late, I thought. Half that bench was on the field before that pile even broke up.
Well, now, whereas reserve benefited from our roughing the kicker, moving us all the way back to the 35, we're going to get that back, and we're going to be right down on the goal line, very close to it. It'll be about half the distance, so it should bring us around the 7-yard line. If we're just over the 15-yard line, if we were 3 inches back, we wouldn't have the 1st down, of course. If that's where the 1st down was, we would have got all the 15 yards.
That's all determination of Matt Mrakovic there. That's all that was, because he was He was mother picking up
Waiting
the flag.
off the flag.
Now that is ridiculous. There was coaches out there assaulting referees. There was the reserve bench was out to the hash marks. A band was on the field, and they're going to wave off this flag. I have to disagree with that.
We went 48 minutes without that many controversial referee calls, but now they're just coming out.
Right around in the backfield.
We got to stop running on first down. There's no other way about it. We just have to stop because we need to open up. Reserves reading our plays, and it's not doing a good job.
And there's another injured player. I can't believe all these guys are getting injured.
We don't want to jump too much on him. They really don't stay in time. He may actually be injured. It doesn't look too serious. And he may be giving a chance for reserve.
There's something we should watch. Do we see a reserve coach? I don't believe the coach can come out and talk to the team during these.
I don't think well.
Now, they should not let him out there talk to the huddle. If he's talking to the player, fine, but he should not go in that huddle.
Now they're bringing in water, so let's do the same here for the Falcons.
Yeah, and I don't think that they should be able to do this, frankly. This isn't a timeout. This is an injury.
Right now, while we have some time, let's give credit to the people behind the scenes here at Channel 19, and they've been doing a heck of a job. General manager of Channel 19 is Mr. Paul Horman. Production manager and course instructor is Mr. Ken Crano. Studio supervisor and editor, Miss Linda Server. This is Linda Server. Cameras are Bill Ologist, and he's our cameraman tonight. He's our sole cameraman. He's been doing a heck of a job. And also leading Bill along the line is our tonight's production manager and director, John Hoppa. And I'd also like to thank the crew that's with me right here. I'm Kevin Power, and tonight I had Don Mascola and Bucky Dips, our statistician, and they've been doing a nice job filling in for Ken Crano and John Rohr. And I have to say, I'm going to laugh again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Should have been at this game.
And, I see another reserve coach coming out now. They had about half the coaching staff come out on the field, and this is frankly ridiculous. I'm not getting on the officials. They shouldn't be allowing this to happen, though. There's not a timeout that they can come out and coach. This is a timeout for an injury. Now, timeout charge to the Falcons.
Now, Falcons all time. I'm not sure how to go about running these timeouts, and unfortunately, we do not have the result. But as soon as you would have guessed, and we do have one right now, Bucky Dills, our statistician, gives us the input that 1 per overtime period per team, and so this is one whole overtime period, 2 exchanges, 2 offensive drives.
Yeah. Okay, the Falcon offense now huddled out on the hash mark at 25-yard line. Okay, we're going to check some more technical equipment now. Make sure we can bring you the end of this game. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for Falcons at the 16. You can get a first down around the 4 or 5 yard line.